Hey everyone, it's Argonath here from Return of the Fan, and we've got some more explosive allegations about what happened on the set of Rust, where we had the tragic shooting of cinematographer Helena Hutchins. And this is from one of the staff that was in the church at the time of the shooting. So before we start, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you don't like the video, you're welcome to give it a thumbs down. And if you like my content, please subscribe, as it just means that the YouTube algorithm will notice my content a bit easier. So let's have a look at what this person says in this article. So Alec chose to play Russian roulette. Rust script supervisor breaks down in tears as she sues Baldwin over Helena Hutchins' death because he cocked and fired the gun even though the scene didn't call for it. So that is very interesting. Now remember, all of this is just allegations at this stage. Nothing has been corroborated against what this person is saying, but the allegations surely are quite explosive. Rust script supervisor Mamie Mitchell, the first person to call 911 after Helena Hutchins was accidentally shot, broke down in tears today as she announced she is filing a lawsuit against Alec Baldwin and the other producers of the low-budget Western movie. So basically the suit names 22 defendants, including Baldwin, all the producers, the armourer Hannah Gutierrez-Reed, and the assistant director David Halls, and some others as well. So Mitchell was standing close to the director of photography Helena Hutchins when the bullet fired from Baldwin's gun killed her and then injured the director Joel Souza as well. So just talks about what happened when at the time of the shooting, so I don't really want to go into that again, but if we come down to here we can get to her allegations. So Allred, so Gloria Allred is the solicitor or lawyer for Mamie Mitchell. So Allred alleged that live ammunition was brought to the set, that the assistant director improperly handed Baldwin the gun. Baldwin knew the gun should have never been given to him, and that he could not rely on any statement by the assistant director about whether or not the gun was safe to use. I relived the shooting and the sound of the explosion from the gun over and over again, Mitchell, a 40-year industry veteran, said in tears, recalling her memory of the incident. Alec Baldwin intentionally, without just cause or excuse, cocked and fired the loaded gun, even though the upcoming scene to be filmed did not call for the cocking and firing of the firearm, Allred said. Mr. Baldwin chose to play Russian roulette with a loaded gun without checking it and without having the armourer do so either. So that is very, very interesting. So if those allegations are correct, the armourer did not do her job correctly. And Baldwin, it seems, a lot more culpable than what he's been made out to be, because if the scene didn't require the actor to cock and fire the gun, then obviously he should never have got to the stage of doing that, right? He should never have done that. So that is really, really interesting. So we'll have to wait and see whether this is actually backed up by evidence. Mr. Baldwin cannot hide behind the assistant director or attempt to excuse the fact that he did not check the gun himself, continues the complaint from Mitchell, who was in the church location on the Bonanza Creek Ranch when Baldwin's quick draw rehearsal turned tragic. If you saw my other previous video on George Clooney, when he was talking about having guns on the set, he always checked the gun that was given to him and showed it to other people that were in the scene as well. And it sounds like Baldwin did not do that. He was playing fast and loose with the regulations. The attorney added that Baldwin should have assumed the gun was loaded until it was checked that it was not loaded. Allred said last month that her client has evidence which will be helpful. Ooh, has evidence, okay. Which will be helpful in this investigation, and has been interviewed by law enforcement, and that even if the assistant director told him the gun was fine, he should not have used it on the basis of that advice because Baldwin should have checked the gun himself. Obviously. We are considering our own investigation of what happened because there are many unanswered questions, Allred said at the time. Mamie has been interviewed by the Sheriff's Department. She has information and evidence which she believes will be helpful in this investigation. She also accuses Baldwin of being careless and ignoring industry norms by not checking the gun, and that Baldwin ignored safety protocols. All guns and ammunition are supposed to be secured throughout the production, and the armourer is supposed to stay around all guns. Instead, Allred said ammunition guns were left unattended by the armourer. So this armourer has to take a lot of blame for this because that is her job. That's what she's being paid for. Um, so Ian just talks about the incident itself. The head of lighting on the film filed a lawsuit on Wednesday alleging negligence that caused him severe emotional distress that will haunt him forever. So it sounds like everyone is getting in the act and starting to sue other people about that. I don't think there's any new information further on down. So yeah, here's Gutierrez Reed's lawyers, so the armourer's lawyers. Jason Bowles said in a statement Wednesday that we are convinced this was sabotage and that Hannah is being framed. We believe that the scene was tampered with as well as before. There should be no sense of it being tampered with, Gutierrez Reed, because you should have been on the set when all guns and ammunition was on the set. You should have been there all the time. It should never have been left unattended. You should have double checked everything. You should have double checked when it was given to the assistant director. You should have double checked when it was given to Alec Baldwin. You should have insisted Alec Baldwin double check it as well and showed it to all the other people on the set as well. So don't go trying to blame other people, Gutierrez Reed. You have to take some responsibility for this as well. I don't know what you think, but I'm really hoping that someone's going to be, or a lot of people are going to be held responsible for this, and we cannot let something like this happen ever again. It's been happened before in the past. It hasn't happened for the last 30 years or so, which is good to hear, but obviously people have to follow the rules and regulations correctly to make sure that incidents like this don't happen again. So I really, really hope some people are going to be held responsible for this. Let me know in the comment section, do you believe the new explosive allegations put forward by Mamie Richards? I think that was her name. Was it Richards? I can't remember. But anyway, love to read your comments. Again, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you don't like the video, you're welcome to give it a thumbs down. If you like my content, please subscribe. Anyway, hopefully I will catch you in the next video.